The second day of Patriots minicamp brought a fresh wave of excitement, and unlike the first day, all the action happened indoors. Head coach Mike Vrabel made the call to move the final day inside the team's state-of-the-art facility, thanks to some less than ideal weather outside, with tomorrow set aside for team meetings, film sessions, and final preparations rather than on-field practice. This indoor session marked the last real chance to see the players in pads. Or, well, without full pads yet, but still going through their paces on the turf. That change in venue didn't slow things down, and it set the stage for a defensive performance that stood out in sharp contrast to the offense-driven buzz of day one. If the opening day was all about our offense coming alive, Drake May looking, sharp running backs hitting holes confidently, and wide receivers snapping open for deep shots, the spotlight switched to the defense today. The energy was electric as players like Keon White, Clay and Sean, Milton Williams, and Marcus Jones brought relentless pressure. White especially was a disruptor, consistently getting into the backfield and making plays that forced the offense to adjust. Christian Gonzalez, the star cornerback, flashed his elite skills with a jaw-dropping one-handed interception, reminding everyone why he's considered a lockdown presence in the secondary. Add to that breakups from Marcus Jones, Alex Austin, and Cam Riley, and it's clear this defense is shaping up to be a nightmare for opposing offenses. The pass rush is fierce, and the secondary looks nearly impenetrable, a lethal combination that could define the Patriots this season. What makes it even more impressive is that all of this came without pads. No helmets, no shoulder pads, just pure athleticism and technique on display. Imagine what happens once these defenders suit up fully and bring that physicality to the forefront. The anticipation for seeing Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, Harold Landry, and Keon White in full gear piling pressure on the offensive line is building by the day. Right now, with no pads to absorb impact, some plays that look like sacks might not have been officially recorded as such, but from the defensive perspective, every play felt like an opportunity to bring down the quarterback. On the flip side, the offense can point to that and say, hey, it's not a real sack if we're not in pads. It's hard to draw solid conclusions yet, but the defensive highlights were impossible to ignore. Meanwhile, the offensive line remains a work in progress. Garrett Bradbury holds down the starting spot with confidence, and Jared Wilson is being eyed as a potential centerpiece on the line. The left guard position, however, continues to be an area with some questions, especially with Morgan Moses still rehabbing an injury and other players trying to find their rhythm. Still, the unit looks far from broken, and the pieces seem to be falling into place slowly but surely. Then there's the buzz around Stefon Diggs. The wide receiver, fresh off a major ACL tear less than a year ago, addressed the media for the first time since the off-field incident that had everyone talking. The questions weren't about football. They circled back to that episode repeatedly, testing Diggs' patience. Yet, through it all, he maintained his composure politely but firmly stating that his personal life was something he preferred to keep private. Diggs emphasized that he's had internal conversations with Coach Vrabel and the Patriots organization, assuring fans that the situation is being handled internally and that the media speculation doesn't change his focus on football. He made it clear that he wouldn't be elaborating further, signaling his desire to move past the distractions and zero in on the upcoming season. What stood out most was his evident commitment to recovery and readiness. Despite the serious knee injury, Diggs was out on the field, cutting and running drills that showed remarkable progress. This was no ordinary rehab. It was the work of a player determined to return stronger and prove the doubters wrong. His dedication was on full display in videos posted after OTAs, and now in person, it's clear that the Patriots' top receiver is not just back, but ready to make an impact. With the knee healing so well and Diggs focusing on football, the bad press and off-field chatter faded into the background. What matters now is what he can do on game day. Diggs expressed how happy he is to be with the Patriots, back at work and around his teammates. Football remains his only priority, and his mindset is centered on winning and keeping the focus where it should be. The game itself. He acknowledged that having fun off the field is fine as long as the job gets done when it counts. When asked about being the #1 receiver and his availability for week 1 of the season, he didn't hedge. if it were up to him, he'd be ready to go right away. This confidence adds a huge boost to the Patriots offense, which has been eagerly waiting for him to return to full strength. Turning back to Drake May, he had a tougher day compared to his strong performances in the initial OTAs and the first day of minicamp. Although he threw a costly interception, the stats show he was still efficient, completing the majority of his passes and connecting well with key targets like Hunter Henry, who made a one-handed catch in stride that reminded everyone why he's such a valuable tight end. While the defense brought pressure and forced mistakes, May's overall progress is encouraging. He's learning the offense, building chemistry with his receivers, and settling into a rhythm that resembles what head coach Josh McDaniels envisions. Some minor miscommunications happen, like with Kyle Williams, but those are expected at this stage. Once Stefon Diggs is back in full drills, the offense should find a new gear with multiple wideouts on the field, ready to stretch defenses and open up lanes for the running game. On the offensive line front, Cole Strange is now the confirmed starting left guard, stepping into a crucial role after Wes Schweitzer announced his retirement. Strange's performance during camp has earned him that spot, but he's also entering a make-or-break season with the Patriots, with his contract situation adding pressure to prove himself. Other candidates like Tyrese Robinson and Jarrett Wilson are competing for snaps, but Strange has the edge for now. This position will be a key one to watch as the team looks to protect May and establish a consistent running game. Finally, the minicamp's end means a long wait until training camp kicks off on July 23rd. Mike Vrabel is looking forward to a break, maybe some golf and a chance to recharge before diving into the next phase. For fans, the countdown begins, but the hope is high. With a solid quarterback, a rising defense, talented wide receivers, and an offensive line gradually improving, the Patriots appear to be on the right track. Playoff talk is already buzzing, and while there's still work to be done, the foundation is there. The excitement is real, and the anticipation for the season only grows stronger as we look ahead to the battles on the field. As the Patriots wrap up this minicamp phase and look ahead to training camp, the feeling around the team is cautiously optimistic. There's a sense that the foundation laid over these past few weeks could be the start of something special, even if the full picture isn't completely clear just yet. Mike Vrabel's first year as head coach has brought a fresh energy and a disciplined approach, and the players seem to be buying into his system. The defense especially looks like it's starting to come together as a cohesive unit, one that can create pressure, force turnovers, and hold opponents to tough yards. The impact of players like Christian Gonzalez can't be overstated. His ability to lock down top receivers and make game-changing plays is exactly what the Patriots need to return to their dominant roots. On the offensive side, while there have been ups and downs, the gradual building of chemistry is encouraging. Drake May isn't perfect, and he shouldn't be at this stage in his development. But his poise in the pocket, accuracy on throws, and understanding of the system have all improved. It's clear he's taking every rep seriously, absorbing what Josh McDaniels is teaching, and adjusting to the pace and complexity of an NFL offense. When you combine that with the anticipation of Stefon Diggs' full return, plus the presence of solid tight ends like Hunter Henry, there's a lot to like about how this offense can evolve. One of the big question marks remains the offensive line. It's a critical unit, the foundation for both the passing and running games, and it's where a lot of the success will hinge. The left guard spot, with Cole Strange stepping up after Schweitzer's retirement, is a key position to monitor. Strange is talented and capable, but he's still relatively young and has to prove he can handle the physical grind of an entire season. Jarrett Wilson's flashes during camp have shown promise, and there's a possibility the Patriots may look to rotate or adjust if things don't click early on. The rest of the line, led by Bradbury, has looked more stable, but injuries and chemistry always remain concerns at this stage of camp. If this group can gel and hold up against the league's pass rushers, it will open the door for May to shine and for the running backs to gain momentum. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. As the NFL offseason churns, a seismic rumor has begun to ripple through the league, threatening to send shockwaves across fan bases and front offices alike. Whispers are growing louder that Nick Chubb, the venerable and universally respected running back for the Cleveland Browns, might be on the verge of a sensational departure, potentially aligning himself with the New England Patriots and their burgeoning dynasty. The mere thought of Chubb leaving Cleveland, where he has been an unquestioned offensive cornerstone for years, seems almost unfathomable to many. He's been the epitome of consistency and power, a fan favorite and a linchpin of the Browns' identity. However, the NFL is a business of constant evolution, and sources close to the situation suggest that Chubb might be eyeing a different kind of legacy, one potentially adorned with more Super Bowl rings. The Patriots, meanwhile, have been quietly building a formidable roster, and the prospect of adding a talent of Chubb's caliber would instantly elevate their already potent attack. Imagine Chubb's punishing run style complementing their strategic play-action game, opening up even more opportunities for their dynamic receiving core. It's a tantalizing prospect for New England faithful and a nightmare scenario for the AFC North. While nothing is confirmed, the buzz is palpable. The question on everyone's mind is what would prompt such a dramatic shift. Is it a desire for a fresh start, a more immediate path to championship glory, or perhaps a lucrative offer that the Browns simply couldn't match? Or is it simply this allure of joining a team that has consistently been at the pinnacle of the sport? Browns fans naturally are holding their breath, desperately hoping this remains just a rumor. The thought of losing Chubb, especially to a perennial contender, would be a bitter pill to swallow. Yet, the NFL's rumor mill grinds on. And for now, the possibility of Nick Chubb donning a Patriots uniform remains a captivating and increasingly plausible talking point across the league. The coming weeks promise to be fascinating as this potential bombshell continues to develop. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.